Hello and welcome to our ongoing series of conversations with people that are making a difference with how it is that we understand and navigate the complex and constantly changing automotive industry. Very, very fortunate today to catch up with J.D. Power's David Paris. He's a senior automotive analyst who has joined us today to put into context the latest results from J.D. Power's Used Vehicle Price Index. David, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you. I'm excited to chat as well.
So, David, before we get into the story behind the latest index findings, can you tell us a little bit about this regular report and how it is that you gather these critical insights in this aspect of the automotive industry?
Absolutely. The J.D. Power Valuation Services Used Vehicle Price Index is a measure of the movement in used vehicle prices of vehicles up to 8 model years in age. The indices are created at a market level and individual segment level. The goal of the index is to capture and track how prices of used vehicles have moved over time. The underlying data comes from a proprietary database containing approximately 90% of all dealer-only auction sales that have occurred in the U.S. since 1992.
Very interesting. So this comes out every month. Can you tell us a little bit about the latest results, which appear to show a strengthening trend? And what does the strengthening trend mean strategically for automotive dealers across the country?
Yes, used vehicle prices have really been strengthening since the middle part of 2017 and have remained strong deep into the summer selling season. Most recently, through the first 3 weeks of August, our index has reached 122, which is about 2.3 points above July's level. If August closes out this strong, it would mark the third consecutive month of growth and could potentially cause the index to reach its highest level since late 2015. Similar to the trend we've seen over the past few months, prices have been elevated for most mainstream segments, while luxury segment prices haven't been quite as strong. This means that ultimately dealers are paying more for vehicles at auction, while at the same time consumers are paying more on the front end but benefiting from higher trade-in values on many models. With elevated used prices and increasing interest rates, dealers are also paying more in floor plan expenses and need to be more aware of potential increased carry costs associated with their used inventories.
Very interesting. So beyond this, beyond the, sort of being aware of the price implications of their inventory, what are some of the other operational implications of a strengthening index? And perhaps specifically provide some context on what this means in terms of key changes that may cause the dealership community to make new decisions in response to these trends that you're describing.
Yeah, absolutely. What's occurred this year is a prime example of how quickly market conditions can change. Used vehicle operations simply cannot be treated as a part-time endeavor for dealers. Consumers nowadays are very well educated and have a wealth of knowledge at their fingertips, which has made both new and used car buying extremely transparent but also extremely competitive. Dealers and industry stakeholders need to keep on track of their pricing trends. J.D. Power is a great resource for both current market conditions and used vehicle pricing forecasts that predicts up to 2 years out.
Excellent. So, David, can you give us some examples of actual behaviors or actual actions that are taking place with some of the leading players in the dealership community in response to some of these developments?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the larger franchised dealer groups are putting an increased focus on used vehicle operations. Some of the public dealership groups have shown in their latest earning reports just how much emphasis they're putting on used vehicle operations. For example, Penske, Group 1, and Sonic in their latest Q2 reports have shown that they have drove used vehicle sales higher by double digits, between 10 to 17%. All of the groups credit their used vehicle operations for higher overall profits for the quarter, which continue to push towards bigger investments on the used side in the future and help balance out the smaller new vehicle margins.
Very good. So clearly the market is evolving. This is creating new opportunities, and it looks like we really are organizing activities along the used vehicle marketplace. So, David, when can we expect to see the next index, and how can the community of interest engage with J.D. Power to not only stay on top of these unfolding developments, but also use these insights to respond effectively to these dynamic developments?
You can go to nada.com/price index to gain access to that index. And also, we offer a full range of consulting services. Power Dealer is a web-based dealership marketing software that provides access to 100% pure retail transaction data based on more than 100 117 million new and used vehicle sales, enabling a meaningful comparison of an automotive market dealership's performance against their local marketplace. When dealers use this data, it tells a clear story. They drive better business results for their new vehicles, used car inventory, and F&I departments. We also offer NADA Market Values Tool, which is another great resource for dealers. The app puts essentials at the dealer's fingertips, NADA values, auction net data from over 80% of all auction transactions, and vehicle history reports from Experian, AutoCheck, and Carfax, so you can make the right move at auction.
Outstanding. David, thank you so much for putting this used vehicle price index into context. Sounds like the market is really moving in a very, very positive and strengthening direction. Really appreciate your taking the time to share your views and your analysis of these numbers.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.